Hey, Viking fans, are you ready for a conspiracy theory? Next, in three, two, one. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Yes, I got conspiracy theories. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping out this channel. Yeah, a little X-Files actions, conspiracy theories. Let's go. Viking style. Brandon Powell's making this team. Why? Everybody and their dog saw him not with pads on. I don't know. I could want to say street clothes, but nobody was in street clothes. They're all wearing their uniforms. Well, I think the only team that does that, I think. I don't know. But conspiracy theory, Brandon Powell making this team. And the reason why, it's not really a conspiracy theory. We know he's making the team. He didn't practice. And if you're not, or he didn't play, if you're not playing, then you're locked on Kevin O'Connell's team. Brandon Powell won the punt return job, and that's why I think Jalen Reagor was out still playing in the third preseason game. One, we probably need a receiver since we're sitting like five guys that are locked. We're sitting them, so we needed to field the team. Are we keeping 6 receivers? Well, we only kept 5 last year. That's why ISM got claimed off of waivers, made another team. So Brandon Powell, the reason why he won the punt job is because there's 4 punt returns in the preseason on the books. 2 were muff punts by Thayer Thomas, and 2 were in the second game by Brandon Powell. And he had 2 returns for 18 yards, 9 yards per return. Jalen Reagor, no returns. All right. You could say Jalen Reagor was solid last year, but not. He didn't look comfortable the whole time. The part of the reason punt return ISM we need to go out and get Jalen Reagor because ISM couldn't return punts, and the whole idea is tracking, getting under the ball and catching it, not drifting with the ball. And Jalen Reagor could do that. Brandon Powell can do that. Brandon Powell has been a better punt returner. He 2021 they brought the Rams brought him up to the active roster to return punts, and he did a heck of a job, and they ended up winning a Super Bowl. Was he a part of it? Sure. We played them. I don't know what week it was, but we played them, and Brandon Powell returned a punt for a touchdown against us. And that was actually a game where we actually looked better. We actually we were moving the ball. We actually looked good against the Rams that game. Brandon Powell returned a punt for a touchdown. Brandon Powell, it just looks like more of a trustworthy player, I guess. He didn't have great production at Florida. His punt returns were okay at Florida. He had a pretty decent career there. Kick returns, not so much. Even had an average return of 13 yards one season for Florida. He has had some kick return ability, and here's also a little bit of conspiracy theory on kick returns. Let's bring these guys up. I'm going to bring 3 players that I think are, combined here, are commingled. Cut or keep Reagor, Jackson, Powell. Tristan Jackson had another solid game. He had a pass by Jaron Hall that was a great catch, but couldn't get any feet in bounds. I think hopefully we can put him on the practice squad if we don't keep him or Reagor. Powell solid at number 5. Reagor played in that game, and this is where the conspiracy is going to come. But Tristan Jackson, hopefully 2 years in a row, we can move him to the practice squad. He doesn't get grabbed. He is an NFL quality receiver, and he could be someone's number 3 somewhere. I think he's that good. for right now. And who knows, he may even grow into it. He has been really good in preseason. Reagor also been very good in preseason. Actually has more production yardage wise in the preseason than Powell does. Powell, however, did look solid. Powell looks just as maybe not as fast as Reagor, but pretty good. Step slower, but both have been solid in preseason. I think you want it because the punt return ability. I think that he's our punt returner, and they know it. Reagor, and this is where the conspiracy theory comes in. Here's where it comes in, guys. You ready? Here's but to be traded yesterday, and the reason why I think it is the first play, one of the first plays we did was Spider 2Y Banana, John Gruden days, and that was a play designed for Jalen Reagor. So we got him primed out of the gate. We also focused on him. We focused on him a little bit early in the game. He was successful. Boom, take him out of the game so he doesn't suck. That's why I felt, because we needed receivers. We needed a punt returner. He didn't return any punts. He's lost the job. He lost the punt return job. What does that mean? It means we can't have two guys playing the same role on this team. Could we keep 6 receivers? Yeah, but Nick Muse got pulled out of that game. We already seen enough of Nick Muse. He might make the team. That's 4 tight ends. We might keep 6 cornerbacks. We're keeping 5 safeties. We got to trim down somewhere. 5 receivers seems like a place. And this is why I think Vikings are auditioning him for a trade. What is he worth? Well, I think we had conditional 5th or something for him. Could the Vikings do the same thing? Say conditional 5th, 6 if he doesn't produce this much for you. Sure. He looked good enough to make the team. He should make a team. That's how good he played in the preseason. Last year, I chalk it up to him just not knowing the offense. Unfortunately, that Indianapolis game, we lost all faith in him, and that's lingered. That's why we bring in Powell. He wins the punt job. Reagor's odd man out. Someone out there needs a punt returner. Someone out there needs a 3rd, 4th, 5th receiver. And would you pay a 5th rounder? Would you pay a 6th rounder? Would God's sake, would you take a 7th rounder for a Jalen Reagor? And we got a lot of holes to fill next year after we got like 34 free agents. Oh my gosh. Leaving this team. I don't know how many actually, but it's a lot. How many free agents next year? Jalen Reagor was auditioning for a trade yesterday. I fully believe that. When I saw Brandon Powell not in pads, that's what I thought. Jalen Reagor, boom, Spider 2Y Banana, boom, deep cross, on a rollout. Jaron Hall hit to him the whole way. I just assumed that they were doing some featured plays. They knew it would work. They did it. They were successful. Pull them out. Pull them out. Jalen Reagor on the trade block. What do you think? Subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate it. Cue the music.